Batting next from Emporia State University, your center fielder, number 18, Wade Hanna.
Good evening, everybody. It is time for Bronco baseball tonight from beautiful McDonald Stadium. Tonight, the El Dorado Broncos taking on the Liberal BJs in Game 3 of this 4-game series. Good evening, everyone. Kurt Caden with you. Glad to have you tuned in here on YouTube for tonight's broadcast. Get the starting lineups for you here in just a moment. The Broncos are coming off a win last night.
Playing second base tonight out of Oregon, number 10.
Broncos winning last night by a score of 2-0. What a pitching effort by Brandon Hicks. In game. Terrific job by Hicks last night as he went 8 strong and he did not allow a run. Derek Feige came in to record his 3rd save of the season. And the losing pitcher last night, hard luck loser, was Alejandro Carmona. He pitched well, but not as well as Brandon Hicks. We will take a moment. Your starting lineup coming up in just a moment. You're listening to Bronco Baseball on YouTube. Let's give you the starting lineups here for tonight's ball game between the BJs and the Broncos. The batting order for Liberal looks like this. Luke Shirley will lead off playing shortstop. Matt Cole is in center field tonight. Madison Foster will bat 3rd and play right field. Nick Brooks is over at first base tonight, batting 4th. Brady Cox is at 3rd base, batting 5th. Brandon Ricks is the designated hitter tonight for Liberal. Nick Chapman bats 7th, playing left field. Jared Huber last night was at 2nd base. Tonight he's behind the dish. The catcher batting 8th, and Jalen Hubbard will bat 9th. Tyler Giovanoni is pitching tonight for Liberal. Out in the field for the Broncos tonight, let's look at the outfield. In left field, John Eberhardt. Talked to John the other day, and I asked him, is it Eberhardt or Eberhardt? It's Eberhardt. I said, well, I like Eberhardt, but I probably should say it right. So John Eberhardt in left, Wade Hanna center field, Clayton Dalrymple in right. Tony Colsing has been playing a sparkling 3rd base, is there again tonight. Jake Woodkey starts at shortstop. Kyle Kasser is at 2nd base. Matt Holcomb is at first base. And on the mound is Andrew Morales for the Broncos. The Broncos are dressed in their camo outfits tonight. The camo orange unis, white pants, Liberal in the red tops and powder blue numerals. Those were the unis they wore here on Wednesday night when they won 6-2 in 11 innings. So Morales on the mound tonight. This will be his 2nd start of the season. His first start was a good one. He went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, had 3 walks and 3 strikeouts, and he got the win in that game. So he is 1-0 with a 3.60 ERA coming into play here tonight. Right now, the ERA leader, Derek Feige. Feige's appeared in the most games. He's been in 5 games. He appears to be Chad Gerwick's closer, and he's got 3 saves. So we're ready for baseball here from El Dorado. And the first pitch in there for a strike from Morales. First pitch temperature, 88 degrees. Beautiful sunshiny day here in south central Kansas. Sun shining brightly as we get this game going here tonight. Luke Shirley down in the count 0-1, now down in the count 0-2. Morales, fastball on the outside corner, a beauty. Shirley is 6'1", 185 from the Woodlands, Texas. He plays his college ball at Texas State University. Morales ahead 0-2. Shirley just in a kind of a excuse me swing there and trying to protect, and that stayed fair on him, and it's easily caught. Soft line drive over to Matt Holcomb at first base. So 1 away, and here comes Matt Cole. Matt Cole did not play last night, and Matt trying to get that bad taste out of his mouth. He went 0 for 6 here in their win Wednesday night. Morales throws a strike, swing and a miss from Cole. Cole on the season hitting .273. This is his 6th contest. Left-handed batter is Cole, and Morales winds and deals. That one pops out of the glove of Josh Galvin. So the third game with the BJs and the third different catcher behind the plate for the Broncos. We saw Noah Lee Wednesday night, Cameron Knight last night, and tonight Josh Galvin is behind the dish. 1 ball and 1 strike, and Morales paints the corner, strike 2. Morales from Kentucky Wesleyan University, 6 foot 160. Hometown is Carmel, Indiana. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch to Cole, a swing and a miss. Galvin snapped it, and that is a strikeout for Morales. The first 2 games of this series have been pitching gems, really. And outside of that 4-run 11th inning that Liberal put together, both offenses have really been dominated by the opposing pitchers. And both teams have gotten quality starts, that's for sure. And Morales will Apologize for, we fell off the air for just a moment there. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brady Cox. And the pitch and a swing and a miss. That fastball with some life on it, darting across the plate. And now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cox. Morales trying to get out of some trouble here. 2 BJs aboard after the first 2 were retired. Morales has his sign from Galvin. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch is just a bit high, ball 2. Shirley lined out softly to first base. Matt Cole struck out. Foster walked on 4 pitches, and then Nick Brooks delivered a single into left field. Brady Cox up there with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. The batters in the shadows, the fielders with especially tough second base, first base, and right field. They're looking right into the sun. Here's a 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. And the Broncos avoid any damage from the BJs. Liberal gets 2 runners on, but cannot convert. A strikeout. That's 2 in the inning for Morales. And the BJs strand 2 runners. So we head to the bottom of the first inning. Liberal 0, El Dorado coming to back. More in a moment here on YouTube. And welcome back here to beautiful McDonald Stadium. Broncos and BJs, game 3 of a 4-game series. Let's run down the batting order for the Broncos. Clayton Dalrymple leads off. Wade Hanna second. John Eberhardt will bat third. Josh Galvin fourth. Matt Holcomb in the 5-hole. Tony Colsing will bat sixth. Jake Hand bats seventh. He's a DH tonight. Kyle Kasser will bat eighth. Jake Woodkey bats ninth. Out in the field for the BJs. In the outfield and right field is Madison Foster. In left field is Nick Chapman. And in center field, Matt Cole. Brady Cox is at third base tonight. The shortstop is Luke Shirley. At second base, Jalen Hubbard. And over at first is Nick Brooks. Behind the plate, Jared Huber. And the pitcher for the BJs, Tyler Giovannoni. And Giovannoni, listening to Brock Kappelman, who does such a great job for the Liberal broadcast, said that nearly threw a no-hitter in his last outing against Dodge City. So the Broncos are up against a good one here tonight. Of course, the 2 starters, Carmona and Wiedenfeld, haven't been too shabby either for the BJs. So Giovannoni has started 2 games. He's pitched in 2 games, started 1. He's gone 12 innings. He has 11 strikeouts in 12 innings this year, given up just 6 hits, 3 runs, and 2 of those were earned. So 2 earned runs in 12 innings from Giovannoni. That's pretty good. 1.50 ERA for Giovannoni, and he is 2-0 on the season. Liberal 8-4 in league play. The Broncos are 6-3. Overall, Liberals 12-5, and El Dorado is 9-3. Clayton Dalrymple is behind in the count, and he looks at ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Clayton Dalrymple. Clayton on the season hitting .343, and he chops off a pitch foul to hang in there. It remains, that's 2 balls and 2 strikes, I should say. Dalrymple last night was 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly and an RBI, the add-on RBI in the 7th inning to give the Broncos a 2-0 lead. Here's a pitch inside from Giovannone. Game got a little interesting late last night as Liberal got 2 runners on, and Chase Chambers just missed a ball. He drilled it off of Feige out to right field, but Dalrymple caught it, and the Broncos had the 2-0 win. Dalrymple hanging in there, fouling off fastball down the left field line. Bottom of the 1st inning, no score here from beautiful McDonald Stadium. Beautiful, beautiful day here. Great day to be at the yard. Here's the 2-2. Dalrymple again fouls it off, so he's really making Giovannone work hard here. So many at-bats in the first 2 games of this series. You see a lot of one-pitch at-bats. I mean, the pitchers have been right in the zone, and the batters have been ready to jump on them. This is a long at-bat. Here's a pitch. Dalrymple fouls it off again. So there's a nice battle developing between Tyler Giovannone and Clayton Dalrymple. Dalrymple, Hanna, and Eberhardt, the first 3 for the Broncos here in the bottom of the 1st inning. Clayton Dalrymple looks at the 2-2, and check that was the 3-2, and it got away. It's ball 4, so that's a great win for Clayton Dalrymple. Terrific at bat. So here comes Wade Hanna. Wade did not play Wednesday night. Check that, he did play late. He checked in late in that game, and then started last night, and Wade went 0 for 4. In fact, Luke Shirley got to know Wade Hanna really well. Hanna grounded out to Shirley at shortstop 3 times last night. Wade motored down the line each time. Dalrymple is going to steal second easily as the ball got away from Huber. Clayton Dalrymple now with 7 stolen bases on the season. He is the leading base stealer for El Dorado by a long ways. So 7 now on the season for Dalrymple, and he's down at second base with nobody out. Wade Hanna, a 1-0 count from Giovannone. And the pitch, and Hanna drills it out to left field. That's going to drop. Dalrymple, not a great read. He just didn't want to get doubled off. It didn't appear, at least from here, that the left fielder Chapman was going to be able to make a play, and he didn't. But Clayton played it safe. He only gets to third base, but a hit for Wade Hanna. And now runners at the corners for John Eberhardt. Eberhardt, who got off to such a great start this season, really slumping right now. His average has dipped down to 190. Here's the pitch, and he hits it to short. Liberal will look to turn 2. Eberhardt motoring down the line, and he's able to beat the throw. So an RBI for Eberhardt. Dalrymple scores on the fielder's choice. And the Broncos take the lead.
Also from Kentucky Wesley, your catcher, number 21, Josh Galvin.
So here comes Josh Galvin now with Eberhardt over at first base. 1-0 Broncos. Galvin hits one out into left center field. Chapman with a running grab. Retires Galvin. Nice play by Chapman. And Matt Holcomb will be next for El Dorado.
Number 20 from Howard, Texas, your first baseman, Matt Holcomb.
Matt Holcomb, right-handed batter facing off against Giovannone. And the pitch in there to Holcomb. It's right up the middle. Fielded by Hubbard. Able to stop, turn, and get over to second base. Nice play by Jalen Hubbard. And that is the end of the inning. But the Broncos draw first blood. A fielder's choice RBI from John Eberhardt. And it's El Dorado 1, Liberal 0. We head to the second inning. More play-by-play in a moment. You're watching and listening to Bronco Baseball here on YouTube. Kurt Caden back here from El Dorado. We get ready for inning number 2, and the Broncos leading by a score of 1-0. Again, Liberal, they did it a couple times last night. The Broncos had runners at first and third with no one out. Only able to score the 1 run. So again, damage control from Liberal. The Broncos will definitely take the run and hand it over to their starting pitcher here, Andrew Morales, who jumps out in front of Brandon Ricks, 0-1. Here's the 0-1, and that one stays high, ball 1. Brandon Ricks has really put together some nice at-bats here in this series. And he is right now leading in average, 474 batting average for Brandon Ricks. It was Ricks on Wednesday night who had the leadoff single in the 11th inning. He had an 0-2 count and guided one through between first and second, got on base, and then scored on a Chase Chambers double, and Liberal was off and running in that 11th inning on Wednesday night. Ricks down in the count, 1-2 here. Morales winds and deals, and inside, Ricks had to turn away. Ball 2, strike 2 to Ricks. Ricks plays his ball in Liberal, Seward County. He's from Cannon City, Colorado, 6 foot, 200-pound infielder. Designated hitter tonight. And the pitch chopped over to Colson, gets it on the big hop. He'll step and throw and easily retires Ricks. Colson has played a fine third base this series. Terrific play last night. I had to go back on the archive broadcast and look at it, and it was as good the second time as I remembered it. All these games do get archived. You can go back and watch and listen to any or all of them. Make comments if you like. Here's the first pitch to Nick Chapman in there for a strike. Haven't seen Chapman, I don't believe, in this series. Chapman batting .280 on the season, 7 out of 25. He's struck out 10 times. So Morales certainly a strikeout pitcher, and Chapman has been susceptible to the strikeout. 10 of his 18 outs have come on the strikeout. 1 ball and 1 strike, and the pitch fouled out of play. There's some youth activities tonight, but the parking lot, at least near to the stadium here, is empty, free of cars. But looks like there's some youth baseball out there and beyond right field that you cannot see on the webcast. Morales, 1-2, dives low, ball 2. Andrew Morales looking to repeat what his 2 fellow starters did Wednesday and Thursday. Keep Liberal at bay. Chapman chops one. Morales fields it on a hop, gathers, fires over to first. Great job by Morales not to rush. It would have been easy to get a little flustered there. That ball had a lot of spin on it. But Andrew just gathered himself and trusted his arm, fired it over to Holcomb to retire Chapman. So here comes Jared Huber. Morales on the season coming into this game had 3 strikeouts in 5 innings. He struck out 2 of the first 3 BJs tonight. And the first pitch to Huber hits him right between the 1 and the 6. Tried to get out of the way, couldn't. That's the first hit, no, the second hit BJ in this series. So that'll bring up the number 9 batter, Jalen Hubbard. Jalen Hubbard, 5'11", 180, freshman, Missouri City, Texas. He goes to Texas State. So 2 outs for Liberal. It was the first inning. The first 2 BJs were retired, and then they got a walk and a single before Brady Cox struck out. Ricks and Chapman were retired. Now a hit batter in Jared Huber, and now Jalen Hubbard a chance. And he's first pitch swinging and fouling it straight back. Jalen Hubbard batting .290, 9 of 31 on the season. This is his 10th game of the season. No balls and a strike to Jalen Hubbard. Just a little bit of an open stance, and he chops one foul, and Coach Anderson showing some ups there. He couldn't snag it, but he gave a great effort. That was one of those, maybe 20 years ago he snags that thing. I don't know. Good effort. no balls and 2 strikes. Hubbard calls time. Broncos leading 1-0 here in the top half of the second inning. Morales has the sign, comes, and it's skied out into shallow right field. Dalrymple settles under it, and he's got it. And the BJs are done in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man, I should say, left on base. So we head to the bottom of the second inning. El Dorado 1, Liberal 0. Back in a moment. This is Bronco Baseball on YouTube. And welcome back. Here we get ready for the bottom of the second inning. As I get some chords mixed up here. Tony Colsing will lead it off for the Broncos. Colsing goes to South Dakota State University. He's from Chaska, Minnesota. And I was off. I thought Chaska was more in the northern part. He told me it was southwestern Minnesota. And he taps one out to short. Shirley charging in, fields it across his body, throws and retires Colsing on a fine play by Shirley. There has been just great glove and throws. Glove work throwing in this series. I think of Colsing for El Dorado. Shirley for Liberal has been fantastic. Terrific play. So Jake Hand, the designated hitter, comes up for the Broncos, and he looks at a curveball for strike one. Jake on the season, hitting 143, just his 4th game. He's 1 for 7 on the year. And the pitch to Hand and another curve. That one's out of the strike zone. 4-1. Jake Hand from Highland Ranch. He goes to Southern Illinois University. 5'9", 195. Right-handed batter. Jake gets into that box. I get a lot of emails from the hands, and hopefully they're watching and listening tonight. Jake looks at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Giovannoni winds and deals. Hand hits it fair, and that may have gotten some of Hand on the hand. Let's see, is it a foul ball? And looks like it may have gone off his foot, which is why foul ball was called. It went fair right down to Cox at third base. So Jake Hand trying to get the pain out of, I believe it must have hit him in the top of the foot or something. Boy, those hurt. Those just paralyze you for a moment. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch in there, and Hand looks at strike 3. So 2 down here in the home half of the second. And the Oregon Duck product, Kyle Kasser, comes up. Kasser in his 3rd game on the season, batting 167. He's 1 for 6 in this series. And the first pitch high chopper. Cox fields it on the high hop, throws over to first, and a very easy inning for Giovannone. So we're through 2 innings from McDonald Stadium. Our score, El Dorado 1, Liberal 0. We're back in a moment. You're watching and listening to Bronco Baseball on YouTube. So welcome back here to McDonald Stadium. We head to the 3rd inning. El Dorado leading 1-0, and Ellen Hand right on cue, letting me know, yep, they're watching and listening tonight. So Ellen, thanks for the email. You're my first emailer of the night. And Jake, tough at bat there, found one hard off his, I'm guessing his foot. Hard to tell from up here, but boy, he just on that 2-2 pitch looked uncomfortable, tried to check a swing, and it was called strike 3. So Jake will have some time now to try to work out whatever got hurt on that foul ball. Top of the order for the BJs here in the 3rd inning. It's Luke Shirley against Andrew Morales. And the first pitch hit out to right center field. Wade Hanna's got a beat on it, and he'll make it routinely for the first out of the inning. So Matt Cole comes up. He struck out in the 1st inning. Matt Cole, a junior from West Texas A&M. He's from Grants Pass, Oregon. Matt Cole. Broncos just percentage points behind Liberal coming into play tonight. The BJ's 8-4 in league play, and the Broncos are 6-3. The Broncos have had good success so far in the series this year so far. It took 3 out of 4 at Hayes, 2 out of 3 at Derby. And here's a line drive by Cole out to right field for a base hit. Clayton Dalrymple cuts it off and fires it into second base. So Matt Cole with a single. Hayes and Dodge City. Dodge City, I think, is the only team in the North under 500, and they're only a game under 500. It's quite a bit different in the Southern Division. Newcomer Bethany is 2-10. Derby's 3-9 right now. Wellington leading the Southern Division, and they're a couple games ahead of Hayesville. In the North Division, Liberal percentage points on top of El Dorado, then Hayes, then Dodge City. 1-0 pitch, Morales to Foster, and this is chopped foul. So 1 ball and a strike to Madison Foster. He walked on 4 pitches in his first at bat. Andrew Morales, the right-hander. And he'll fire back over to first base. Morales stands 6 foot, but he's a lanky 6-footer. He looks even longer than that out there on the hill. Foster, a left-handed batter. And here's the pitch, and Foster fouls it off, and Morales ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foster has played in the most games, has the most at-bats for the BJs, 12 games, now 13, and 52 at-bats on the season for Madison Foster. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Morales fires it in, and that one's fouled. Now, last night it was interesting. Felt fairly breezy here in the press box, but then when I looked out at the flag stick, it was fairly calm. Now, tonight I don't really feel a breeze at all up here, but looking out in right field, and you can see it probably on your webcast, especially if you really get that full screen. You can see the flag really blowing from right field to left and in. Here's a tapper out to second base, and Holcomb went and fielded it. No one's covering first. So
Number 15.
And welcome back here to Alberta. What a terrific double play by the Bronco defense. A 3-6-1 double play. You don't see that one very often. And the BJs remain scoreless. And since that 4-run 11th inning, it's been 12 innings for him to score. Now Woodkey hits one out to center field. It's driving down and will drop for a single. Jake Woodkey. Good start for El Dorado here in the home half of the third. Checked with Gary, our official statistician. By the way, I apologize. I know we went off the air. I hope you were able to see that 3-6-1 double play. Madison Foster, when he hit that one to first base, he is credited with a hit. So he will get a single. So the leadoff batter, Clayton Dalrymple. And he's looking to swing. Ball gets through the catcher all the way to the backstop, and Woodkey gets an easy free base there. Probably a pass ball. And Huber behind the plate looked a little befuddled, wonder where that ball went to. Again, if we do, you'll see a black screen for a moment, and I try to check about every batter on our internet connection, and if we just lose connection for a moment, all of a sudden you lose the stream for a moment, so it's just a matter of disconnecting and reconnecting, and it seems to do that rather quickly, so it's just a matter of me seeing it. So, nonetheless, 1 ball and 1 strike here to leadoff batter Clayton Dalrymple, who walked, stole a base, and scored in the first inning. He hits one out to short. Shirley dives, couldn't get it. Woodkey rounds third, and he will score. Dalrymple chugging for second, and he's out. Nice play by the center fielder Cole after he bobbled it to throw at Dalrymple, but Clayton plates Jake Woodkey.
Now the Broncos center fielder, number 18, Wade Hannah.
So a single and an RBI for Clayton, but then he's retired 8-4. And here comes Wade Hannah. And Hannah looks at ball 1. Hannah singled in the first inning. And the pitch, low, ball 2 from Giovannone. So 2 balls and no strikes. The Broncos leading 2-0. And the pitch in there to Hannah, ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes, 1 away in the bottom of the third inning, and the pitch to Hannah is low and a 4-pitch walk to Wade Hannah. And here comes John Eberhardt. Eberhardt, an RBI fielder's choice in the first inning. Eberhardt has seen his average go below 200. He's looking to work his way out of that. Had a good swing back in the first inning. Here's the pitch, and inside, ball 1. Coach Anderson again barking. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Eberhardt. Going on the pitch is Hannah, and Hannah is in there just barely. Great throw by Huber, but just getting in under the tag is Wade Hannah. That was close. So 2 balls and no strikes now to John Eberhardt. Giovannone's got his sign. The right-hander comes home, and Eberhardt is swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. 2-0 El Dorado. A run in the first inning, and they've plated one here in the third. A Jake Woodkey single. Advanced to second on a pass ball. Scored on Clayton Dalrymple single. Wade Hannah walked and stole second. And the pitch out of play. Dalrymple, who had singled, was thrown out at second on a nice throw by Matt Cole. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Eberhardt. Giovannone's got the sign. Hubbard trickling in behind second. Now he gets back to his spot. Eberhardt lines one out to left, but barely having to move is Chapman. He's got the catch to retire Eberhardt. So 2 away here in the third, and Josh Galvin coming up. Galvin on the season, hitting .233. He does have 6 RBIs. He's walked 5 times. The leading RBI guy is Tony Colsing for the Broncos. Dalrymple drove in his 9th run just a little bit ago. First pitch outside, 1 ball and no strikes to Josh Galvin. Galvin, a left-handed stick, and Giovannone will step off as Hannah was dancing around out there at second base. Galvin getting the assignment behind the plate tonight. He's DH'd the first 2 games of this series. He's 5'10", 202, goes to Kentucky Wesleyan University. And here's a ball that gets past Huber, and advancing to third will be Wade Hannah. So a stolen base and a wild pitch, and now over to third base is Wade Hannah. Every run so valuable, at least in the first 2 games of this series. Haven't been a lot of freebies, that's for sure. Broncos trying to tack on another one here. Nice stop there by Huber. Ball 2, strike 0 on Galvin. The Broncos have scored 2 runs in the game Wednesday, 2 runs last night. And they've not scored more than 1 in any 1 inning. So they're trying to see if they can get a crooked number on the board for the first time in this series. Giovannone walks Galvin. So Matt Holcomb will come up. Coach Anderson, we've seen him barking a little bit at the home plate umpire. Maybe a little frustration. His squad, had the big 4-run 11th inning Wednesday night, but was only able to claw across 2 runs up to that point Wednesday, and they were shut out last night, and they've been shut out through the first 3 innings here tonight. Maybe a little frustration. Holcomb now a chance to drive in a 3rd run here. Holcomb with 9 RBIs on the season. Big lead for Galvin. Galvin really, I haven't noticed him trying to steal. Let's see, does he have any steals on the year? No stolen bases for Josh. But boy, last night I noticed it, tonight as well. He gets a tremendous lead. Holcomb, swing and a miss. Good curveball from Giovannone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Holcomb will get back into the box there. See if he can do some damage. Flower Mound, Texas kid. And the pitch, low, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Matt Holcomb. Holcomb grounded to the second baseman. Fielder's choice in the first inning. So the 2-1 pitch to Holcomb. And Matt hits it out to right field. And Foster's got a beat on it and will haul it in. Another run across for the Broncos. They missed an opportunity to score a few more, though. We will head to the 4th inning. El Dorado 2, Liberal 0. Back in a moment. Bronco baseball here on YouTube. And welcome back to McDonald Stadium. Broncos leading the BJs 2-0 as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Andrew Morales steps back on the hill. So far, 3 scoreless for Morales. The BJs in 2 of the first 3 innings have had runners at, well, first and second, and they had the bases loaded. But for that 3-6-1 double play, just a thing of beauty turned by the Broncos. Brandon Ricks up at the plate, grounded out to Tony Colsing in his first at bat over at third base. And Morales ahead quickly, 0-2 on Ricks. No balls, 2 strikes. Ricks coming into this game, 474 average, and spiking a curveball was Morales on the 0-2. Brandon Hicks, you should come up here for a second. You got time? I want to get a word with